Thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it today. Today I wanted to talk to you about the 100% rating, right? Many of us are trying to figure out, is there certain conditions that I have, secondary conditions, so on and so forth? Are there increases in my deck of cards that will help me get to that 100%? And the reason why, is going to be monetary as well as some additional spouse benefits that you can get. So it's a very good place to be at that 100%. Now, there's 4 different pathways to that 100% rating, and I wanted to go over those with you. But first, I want to give you the dollar figures, at least for a couple of the different categories at the 100%. So one is the veteran alone kind of category for 100% as far as compensation is concerned. The 100% payment is $3,621.95 for veteran alone. Now, if you have a spouse, they kick it up. So a spouse in the equation would bump you to $3,823.89. That's currently, in 7 months or so, we're going to be looking at another COLA, whatever that is. It's 2-3%, whatever, somewhere in there. So currently that's where we stand. And just a little side note before I get into the 4 100%ers, anytime that you go to use your VA compensation to qualify for anything, remember that it's tax-free, and whoever you're disclosing it to needs to understand that it is tax-free, and therefore they should gross it up. Usually, like if you're going to buy a car, for example, they ask for your gross monthly income. So this is not the gross, this is a net amount because it's not taxed. So you need to inform them of that so that way they can, again, gross it up. Typically, it's 125% of the amount that you're getting. So for every $1,000, it'd be $1,250. Now, let's jump into the 100%ers. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. So the 4 different types of 100% rating with the VA is your standard scheduler rating, meaning that all your conditions added up take you to a 100% rating using the VA's funny math, right? And I've talked about it before. I'll save it here. We'll do it somewhere else. But using the VA funny math takes you to a 100% rating. Now, the regular 100% scheduler rating is not permanent and total. That is the next one. The next one is the permanent and total 100%. So the difference between those two, you're paid the same, but the difference is the VA views your regular scheduler rated 100% as not permanent because one or more of your conditions may get better over time with treatment and so forth. So, in other words, all of your conditions, or at least enough of your conditions, are not static in the VA's eyes, meaning they're not likely to get better. So therefore, the VA kind of leaves the window open to potentially reduce your rating on that 100% scheduler rating. Now, the next one, which was the 100% permanent and total, that's a different ball game. Now, the VA has concluded that, look, you have enough conditions that add up to 100% that are considered static, meaning that there's really no chance that they're going to get better. In fact, they'll probably get worse. So the VA just hangs their hat up and says, you're done. You're 100% permanent and total. Move on. Now, even though the payment's the same and you're rated at 100%, each of you, the regular schedule and the permanent and total, the big difference is all of a sudden now you get to get some other benefits, such as Chapter 35 for your spouse or dependents, which is an educational stipend, $1,401 per month tax-free, which is a great benefit. You would take that $1,401 and you'd pay your tuition. So if you went to a cheap school, college, community college, or online university or what have you, that is approved by the VA, and you're going full-time, and when I say you, I mean your spouse or your dependent children, they would then get $1,401 per month that then they have to pay the tuition with, unless they get it paid some other way. So this does not pay their tuition. They have to figure out that on their own. So if the school costs $400, $500 a month, well, then you're walking away with $900, right? So that's a great additional perk for the permanent and total. Another one is Champ VA, which is the health insurance for spouse and dependent. So another thing that you should keep in mind as you're moving toward the 100% permanent and total, besides the fact that when you're permanent and total, static conditions that take you to 100%. Now, little side note, you could have other conditions that they don't deem as static, but you have enough that take you to the 100% rating. So therefore, by default, who cares about any of your other conditions? They will not or should not be doing any future exams for you because it wouldn't change your overall rating because all of your statics are static at 100%. So even if you had another condition, for example, let's say that you have 7 conditions that take you all static, that take you to 100%, but you have one other condition that's not static and it's just an extra condition that you have. They shouldn't be seeing you for that. For any future exams, because even if they moved that one condition that's not static to a 0%, it doesn't change your overall rating. So the VA doesn't want to waste their time, resources, or money on that. So moving on. The next one is your TDIU. So that is your total disability individual unemployability, or a lot of times you'll just hear people say individual unemployability or IU, but the full name is TDIU. So total disability individual unemployability. Anytime you hear the VA say total, it simply means 100%. So that's why when you hear permanent and total, they mean permanent, it's not changing because all the conditions are static, and total means you're at 100%. So total total disability 100%, individual unemployability is 100% rating, monetarily speaking. So you will be paid out at the 100% rating. Now here's the thing, with TDIU, you can request essentially the VA to pay you out at 100% if you're at 60, 70, 80, 90% rating, but your conditions kind of bar you from working, whatever it may be. It could be I hate people and I can't have a boss, I can't work with others, I can't stand, I can't sit, I can't do anything, I can't lift things, I can't drive to work, I can't work from home, I can't hear, I can't see, whatever your situation is. And oh, by the way, age is not a factor. Age is not a factor for TDIU. They cannot discriminate. So, it's just throwing that out there for folks so they understand the nuance of the VA. So, for those of you that are in that realm of, hey, I can't work because of my disabilities with the VA, whatever they may be, it's important to understand that. So, the next one is your temporary 100%. And I'll tell you, some people know about it, they've heard about it, but they don't understand it or they forget about it. So it's an important one, and I'm going to just dive into a little bit of it here, give you a high-level overview. So what happens is, if you have a service-connected condition, let's say you have a bad knee or a bad hip, and it's service-connected, and you have to go in for surgery for that condition, and you're laid up for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, the VA will, and let's say that that's the only condition you have. You're 30% rated for that condition, and that's the only condition you have. Well, while you're recovering, the VA will pay you out at 100% during that recoup period. So if it's a month, 2 months, 3 months, you're good to go. Now, I will tell you, and I'm just going to read it directly from the website here, so you get, so you know that I'm actually reading it from somewhere. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so I'm not reading everything. I'm just reading a little portion. So, recovery time from either a surgery or immobilization of a joint by cast without surgery requires a temporary 100% disability rating for service-connected disability. The temporary 100% rating may continue for 1 to 3 months, depending on your unique case. you may be able to get an extension for up to 3 more months if your case is severe. So really, it could be 1 to 6 months, right? Depending on the circumstances. So important to know, because I will tell you that there are many, many people out there who ended up getting surgery for a service-connected condition, didn't know about this, missed out on it, wasn't able to go to work, had to, rob Peter to pay Paul, that whole thing, while they were recovering to get back to the workforce, right? So this will help bridge that with some additional income, especially if you're on a lower rating to begin with. So with that, I'll go ahead and conclude it. Just wanted to share with you a few paths to the 100% rating. I know we all focus on that permanent and total, but I wanted to share the other 3 as well. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.